broadcast right now. We
Okay.
welcome everyone to today's broadcast. We are here to discuss the outcome of the court case in Benin City today, right? So the tribunal court, there was chaos, because of the chaos and fighting in the court premises. I think they have moved the court case to Abuja, the headquarters. So, Austin, hello, Austin. So,
Yes, good evening. Good
yeah, good
morning.
evening.
Good day.
So let's look
Thank
at
you.
what happened in the tribunal court, why they moved it to Abuja instead of Benin City because of the constant fighting in the premises of the court. Some people said Phyllis Shaibu and his bodyguards were not allowed to get in today in the court because of the bodyguards that came with him or security, wherever that came with him to the court. So now, why is it that in Nigeria, after any election, both the general election or gubernatorial election, there's always court case after that disputing the result of the election? So tell me, go ahead, Austin.
It's a good evening, everybody. Once again, happy New Year, everyone. It's sincerely speaking, it's really something we all should be concerned about because if you look very well since for over many years now, as we say, we practice democracy, but every of our election, every after election, every now and then, you see all the people always going to court, whether it be local government election, whether it be a House of Assembly election, whether it be a governorship election, whether it be presidential election. These are all, if you could look through it, you see each and every one of them has always end up in court. Then this sent one message, the doubt, which high neck has not really been. They call it independent electoral board, electoral commission. But the
Mm,
question now becomes how independence is truly the INEC. Let me use the word. Are they truly independent? How transparent are that they, and how do they really organize some of these elections? Because if you see a lot of the things that always when they end up in court, you see a lot of manipulation of results where you begin to see where what you are seeing on paper, especially when we have something now that you call IRF and all that. You are seeing what you are seeing on one paper is different from what you are seeing from another. And when you put all these things together, then you begin to ask yourself so many questions. And the big challenge for me in all of this is that even after every time, and when they point out all these things, nobody's been arrested, nobody's being persecuted, nothing is being done. Things will just be swept under the carpet. People begin to live anyhow and do things anyhow. When what we call the body that is supposed to stand as a referee to conduct an election now compromise the process. You see the reason why our politicians do not always go into office to serve the people, because from the process that brings them to position,
mm.
all the
Conflicted,
process have already been compromised
yes.
because it is not the people that put them there.
Mm,
When they know from the beginning that it is not the people, that they don't even need the people's votes, that they can do whatever thing they want to do with anybody, they can get power. At the end of the day, they can use that power and abuse it, because and nobody can also be able to question them because they pay their way all through, bought their way all through, and they can do anything. And that's one of the major challenges. Is it not? You see, if we call ourselves the giants of Africa, the Ghanaian just had their election just some few weeks ago. Even before the end of the election, Ghanaians or even people from around the world were already seeing online who was winning the election. People could monitor the election. That's Ghana. That is not up to how many states in Nigeria that we call our junior brother. If they've already been able to do their election process to a level, you saw the US election where you could monitor everything. You saw it on CNN, you saw it everywhere, where people from their CCT room, they could see what was going on. Is it not shameful that after how many years, with the money we keep putting every year, and they keep getting every year, how many billions of naira almost every year on their budget, that till now we are still seeing those this kind of nonsense. If at the end of this month these matters end up in court, nobody has been able to question the electoral body. That how come some of this fraud that we are seeing all this fraud. Nobody's been arrested from INEC. Because when a person is able to steal the will of the people, such a thing should be somebody that be punishable by law, not just 5 years or 10 years or an option and fine. Such a thing should be something that should be life imprisonment, or even something that can be can even be sentenced to death, either by hanging or by whatever. Because unfortunately, to be able to subvert the will of the people, the
Hmm.
people. That's I don't know the kind of crime that is more than that. If somebody comes to your house and steal your phone or steal money from you, the person have only taken just a few cash that you can recover. But somebody who comes to steal to steal the will of the people,
Hmm.
that's somebody already stealing to the generation of even our unborn children.
Hmm.
I'm bored of sometimes when I see some of this matter will go to court. We always talk about
So
APC this,
annoying.
PDP this, Labour Party this, but people don't always concentrate and talk more about the body that organized the election, how they were part of the whole process of fraud. Like what we are seeing in court today in Edo State, how a lot of things are coming out
Austin,
and say some of these
Austin,
things were
sorry.
done like this.
Austin, sorry. For the benefit of those who have not been following the trend in Edo State, let's start it from the beginning. So after the governorship election last year and the result of the election, the other political parties in Edo State, PDP and many other political parties in Edo State, took this case to court to dispute the result of the election, that the election was not free and fair. APC won the election according to the declaration of INEC. So the court is still the case is still in court, and today they went to court. Since then, they have been fighting in the premises of the court. So some of them come with their thugs, some come with their security operatives. But today they went to court, according to what I heard, that Phyllis Tribal came with some security operatives and they were not allowed to get in because of the constant chaos and fighting in the court premises. And they have decided to move the court case to Abuja instead of Benin so that they can curtail the crisis and the fighting in the court. The issue of rigging elections in Nigeria has become a steady trend in the country. So now we are looking at the root causes, looking at INEC, the credibility of INEC in Nigeria. For me, I personally believe that INEC is the number one witchcraft in Nigeria when it comes to Nigerian politics. So I live in Canada. I live in Canada and in Western world. I've been in the West for decades. I've never heard in any case whereby after election, the result of the election will be disputed in the court. I've never seen anything like that before. I live in Canada. I've been in Canada for more than one decade. And also in the United States of America, I've never seen anything like that before. But only in Nigeria that whenever we conduct election in Nigeria, there must be subsequent court cases to dispute the result of the election. And in most cases, the most powerful political party will win the court case. So now, how do we reform this corrupt system, the electoral system to be precise?
It's very easy to reform, and the number one thing has to be the people. I don't longer blame our politicians. And I talk more about us as a people than even the politicians or even the security agents and all of them, because the politicians are a product of us, a product of this society we created. The people that will come in to work as INEC officials, they are part of us. They are from us. You understand?
Mm,
Then if you look closely about the Nigerian policy since for about the last 2 years now, to even what's played out in the two state election, you will now understand that Nigerians are not ready for a better Nigeria. that we have more people who are looking for opportunity to steal or praying for their people to come to power so that to benefit them so that they can also use the political power to oppress people or do whatever thing they want to do. And it's not really about the nation. When you see evil and you see the way some people come to support it because it profits them, because they are directly or indirectly benefiting from it, then sometimes you begin to cry for Nigeria. Then you begin to imagine if the people are like this with this mentality, then just imagine such people working as INEC officials or being part of of the people that are in government. You see that they will do worse because at the end of the day, a lot of these people, the returning officers of most of them, either professors, either lecturer, some are pastors, some are imam, some are lawyers. They are people that are from different sector. But at the end of the day, they are people that they use to manipulate all these things. Then you see that the first thing we first of all need to face is we as a people. And that's why, see, any society where there are no consequences for action, you see that the people will begin, then people begin to live in chaos. People begin to live in high level of lawlessness. The problem with Nigeria today is that there are no consequences for action. Anybody can do anything and get away with it. Do you know how shameful it is? When somebody went to the court premises, I saw it on Facebook. I just shook my head. I didn't want to say anything about it. Somebody in court premises was threatening a old DSS officer, a civilian, a thug, a known thug, a known illiterate, was threatening a DSS officer in within the temple of justice. The court premises where nobody can just walk to around the world, where you begin to, somebody was within the court premises and you were threatening a security agent, which is within the law. You can do anything at that time when you threaten. But we know it's Nigeria now, when they have politicians behind them. Or you saw one which had a gun and was shouting where they went with all the drama, wore a t-shirt and was shouting, give us a mandate, put a gun and was shooting to the sky. And nothing has been done till it did.
You know that we are
That's
still
the thing.
operating this centralized government. When we did decentralize the system so that we will have a state security operatives. You understand? You know that the
Even if
police,
you
yes,
the problem, sorry to say, the problem is not just only about the centralized system or decentralizing it to the state, the local government, or everything level.
mm,
We as a people, we have a challenge. Even in our state today, there are some things you will say. If you are not careful, some people begin to call you an enemy of this, an enemy of that. They are forgetting that what you are saying is the truth.
all those are
There's a level.
nice people. We don't reference.
No, there's a level we get to. Even when you say some things today, which you are saying the truth,
Mm,
some people will say you are attacking their pastor, attacking their imam, and you see them begin to go very. We are talking about democracy. In democracy today in Nigeria, people are not free to say things that are not even offensive just because they disagree with one traditional ruler or disagree with one pastor or disagree with one imam or disagree with one politician or one politician. The next thing you see is that social person has been arrested and they will be arrested and be locked up there. Sometimes if you are not careful, some can just be there for years and they will not be released. They will not even go to court. Nobody will even hear their case. They will just be there. That's to tell you about the lawlessness in our country. Sometimes when people hear me talk about Nigeria, they don't understand where we are going to, in Nigeria. If you look at things was not as challenging, I don't want to use the word bad, was not as challenging the way it is now, just like the way it was in 2015, 2020. You see, as we begin to go, you begin to see something that you didn't imagine even a year before. Now they become a norm. You just see it becomes a normal thing that people don't longer feel anything again. They just do it with ease, and they just feel they can get away with it just because they have the political power or they have one politician behind them or have one one person, one within the any stuff or that to the end. They can do anything.
Uh, uh,
If we
Austin, I'm sorry. What do you think will be the outcome of this court case, this election court case in Edo State? Now that they have moved it to Abuja, do you think that the PDP will win this court case and as well Ighodalo will get his justice? So, what do you think will be the outcome? That is what many people want to hear right now, especially the supporters of. I said, what do you think will be the outcome of this court case, the election tribunal court case? Do you think that that's why Ighodalo will end up winning the court case now that they moved it to Abuja? Do you think that will benefit or will be beneficial to the PDP and other political parties that are disputing the result of the election in the court? So, do you think that Aso Ighodalo will succeed and win this court case against the APC, the ruling party? So that is what many people want to hear right now because you don't just go to court for nothing. You should be expecting something out of it.
not just only for not just only for they go to jail and suffer for it. We can't just continue like this where we begin to see different things every now and then, and nobody go in for nobody's going in for it. The politicians are politicians. It is the same. But the challenge now becomes if you are going to be a referee when it has to be in a game, you have to stand as a true referee and not being there where you can be bought over or can just swing your place on one side and begin to give this is subverting the will of the people. That's the highest crime in the land. I don't I don't I don't have sympathy for such people. I would rather have sympathy for somebody who go to steal money from a person or steal phone or steal food to eat or do what that they are not rather break it into somebody's house than somebody who go there to manipulate results for somebody. That's just that's some it's supposed to be the highest crime in the land, but we have lawmakers who will never make law to put stiff punishment for these people because they know that they are the one that use these people. You know what it takes for people and those states over 4 point something million people, someone that is going to be the number one citizen to manage our commonwealth, to do something for us that will benefit that will be there for our children generation to come, and some group of persons or 1 or 2% of that just because of money, then you collect money and you manipulate things to now suit somebody. First of all, for the person who is already for the person who wants to do so for the person who is already paying for for result to be manipulated for the result to favor him, there's you already know that this person is not thinking of serving the people. Because if I actually want to serve the people, I don't need to pay you to give me result to serve when I want to come and serve you. This is what a lot of Nigerians do not see. I can't pay you, give you money for you to vote for me when I know I'm going to serve you. I'm supposed to serve you. So when me, I'm already there, being desperate, paying neck and trying to manipulate some of this is you already know that I'm going there to steal. That's why you are seeing what is happening all over the country. Because these people, first of all, the people did not vote them. They bought their way into office, so you don't expect them to come and be thinking about the people. That's why when you even want to see some of them want to make laws, they want to do a whole lot of this and all that. They don't go to the people to be to stick of the people's opinion or doing it. That's why I was laughing some weeks ago when I heard the governors were saying the president is not consult them for the tax reform. I was laughing. Have you ever heard before in the country where you say the government wants to make law? They are consulting the people, telling their lawmakers to go to their constituency and consult the people for them to have a say. The governors don't do it. So why were they expecting the president to now consult them before they make any law? These people do not have any regard for any of us because they don't feel that they need us to get to power. You understand? So what me I'm praying for is not whether we win a court or who does not win a court. Is that people who did all this manipulation where they will go to jail. That's what me I'm hoping to
So
see.
who is going to charge them? The
The
person that
courts,
the court.
the courts.
Look, in
See,
Nigeria,
under Nigerian law,
let me
under
tell you
Nigerian
what
law,
I understand you also in Nigeria. The idea that the court is separated from the government is only in theory, not in practice. You understand? That has never been practicalized in the country over these years. So, the court is under the influence of the ruling party, which is APC. We cannot deny that. That's why people are afraid that how can Aswe Ighodalo fight the federal government? It's like you are fighting the whole of the country because the corruption in the system will not allow the courts to rule and give justice to the people. Okay. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
the challenge is this. I'm the kind of person who always believe that even when I know a system is bad, I always like to play my own part. After playing my own part, I leave the other part which I don't have control over. You understand? There, we have electoral law, and in law, there are sentences for all those people involved in all these malpractices. The question not big, not it's not for us as able to say the court will not do it, court will not do it. Just do your own part. Because the issue is this: the time is going to come. When you look at Nigeria, it's so quick for us to say judges are not doing this, politicians are not doing this. The question again is that people involved in all these things are they also the people that will also suffer this same manipulation? Because at the end of the day, the money our politicians would have used to build hospitals, build good healthcare, build roads and all that, that's the money they use to settle them. Because if you look around, most of the professors that still look the former the what's the name again? The senator Ekoremadu.
Hmm.
If as a senator then he was able to do something that has to do with healthcare, when the issue came with his daughter, will he not have benefited from it?
Hmm.
He
Exactly.
has been in the Senate for years. Nothing was done in the state. It didn't influence anything concerning healthcare in the country. When the issue came, flew his daughter to UK, tried to do whatever thing he wants to do. You saw the international embarrassment he gave to himself. He was locked up. His wife was locked up. He was all over the news.
Hmm.
And thank God, the wife, according to them, they say the wife has been released now. He is still there. We don't know whether any arrangement they are making. See, when people change the system, they are not just only changing the system, they are also directly shortchanging their own self, their benefit, their rights, and everything that would have that would have been for them. And that's why sometimes I always laugh when I see a lot of them do a lot of things they do. They have brothers, they have sisters, as wealthy as I won't call him wealthy, as rich as Ekoromodu, with all the money he has made in politics over how many years. When the daughter had issues, was the money enough? It was not it was not enough. And that's what sometimes I always laugh. Most of them that collected money during this election, there's only those that collected 10,000 or 15,000 naira to vote. What can 15,000 or 20,000 naira even give you today in the Nigeria of today? Nothing. You see at the end of the day, it is the same people just changing the system. They are the same people that will also suffer. You see what is going on in Nigeria today, where the salary of a civil servant cannot even cannot even give you even afford one bag of rice. It's a monthly salary, not weekly. Monthly salary of a civil servant, the minimum wage is 70,000, and some governors are still struggling to pay the 70,000. But every now and then, you see the government increasing money of the politicians, judges, this or that, or all that, or all that. without thinking about anybody at all. So, and this same set of people that are supposed to be victim of this oppressive government, they are the same people that will also come fight for them, support them, campaign for them, do religious challenge and all that, tribal do tribalism and all that to defend all these people. Then at the end of the day, you still think these politicians are the problem. Our politicians is, I don't longer see our politicians as the problem, and I see our people. I don't know if you understand. And I see our people until we get to a level, and that's the reason why he said the biggest tool in the hand of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Our mind, our people, our people, our people. I don't know. I don't just know. Sometimes when I look around and I see some things, and even in our matter, even before the election, when I saw a lot of people condemning this, condemning that, saying a lot of things, saying this, saying that, saying that. See, so we sincere. A lot of us are not good in terms of our intention concerning the state or concerning the country. We just only want brother, sister, or somebody close to us to be in power, so that we can also take a little out of the national cake, not really for the state or for the country to be okay. That's just the problem of our states and the problem of Nigeria, sincerely speaking. And that's why you see some of us can campaign for a known thief or a known person all around the world that somebody is involved in fraud and all that and all that and all that. I know of somebody that I know that has been into a whole lot of shady things today in the National Assembly. A lot of people that know him knows how this person got his money through fraud, through a whole lot of things. Today in the National Assembly. And people clap for him all the time, support them. When I saw yesterday,
Why this thing is logging out always now?
and can
So
you,
yes, Austin.
I saw yesterday the mother's wife when they said she was released.
Oh,
People from her village, from their stuff and all that, were celebrating something that's supposed to be of a very big shame. That's what they almost did to that little. You see, there's something wrong with us. People were celebrating, rejoicing. It was all over social media, rejoicing. You ask them, what are they rejoicing for? And that's why you are seeing the level of crime increasing in Nigeria every day. Because see, when people steal or commit one crime to make money, put them in jail. As they are coming out, their people will also be the one carrying different cultural group and all that to receive him or to receive her and be celebrating, welcome the person with open hand. The next day, you'll be seeing the person vying for either the Senate, House of Rep, Governor, House of Assembly. They'll be looking for one political office. Then how do you now expect those to be able to fit such a system? The whole system in Nigeria is just a mess.
Austin. One other thing. In Nigeria right now, do we even have any PDP governor or PDP or other political parties?
Yes, we have the Delta State is PDP.
Okay.
Some state are PDP. Abia State is Labour Party.
Oh, Labour
Uh,
Party has a
yes,
governor
Labour
now
Party.
already. Oh, that's a good
Yes,
thing for Labour Party. Yeah,
Abia.
that's so good. Wow.
Anambra, Anambra is Abga. There are some political parties, but it's more of PDP, and also some other governors, also people
More of
moving from one
APC.
political party.
More of APC.
APC, more of APC. Sorry, it's just some other states, not too much. Some state that is also Ondo. I think Ondo Abe Osun is PDP. Some states are PDP, but we have more of APC. But it's not really about the political party because we have a system that encourages corruption, a system that does not encourage transparency, a system that is very oppressive in nature, where you see governors does not do are not really in office to serve the people. They are rather there to enrich themselves, do things that suit them, and not the things mainly that benefit the people. So for me, it's not whether it's APC is in power, it's not whether PDP is in power. The both of them are just like uh, uh, let me use the word children born of the same mother but giving birth, but they have different
No,
fathers.
the people who are in power right now, Oshomole and Tinubu, are very good at bringing elections in Nigeria. We know that very well. Oshomole will not let any state go. The same thing he did to Edo State. We all know that there's one APC members, one of the APC members here in Canada, who told me that this past election was won by the PDP, but they bring it. That's what the person told me, that people are crying. Immediately after the election, many people were crying. Some Edo citizens were crying that they don't want APC because they have experienced it before and they don't want it in Edo State. People were crying, physically crying. This is not just people. People were crying. You know what the person told me? Say, a lot of people are crying right now, but after some time, they will all calm down. That word touched
But
me
that's the truth.
deeply,
That's the truth.
deeply.
See,
I say, oh my goodness, what is this? Eh? People are crying because they didn't vote for APC. Their mothers were stolen
one thing I've
by
seen,
the APC. No, this is a serious thing. For people to be crying like that, I've never seen Edo people crying after election like that before. Edo people were crying.
no, one thing I've seen about Nigerians, the reason that's the major reason why our politicians are finding it difficult to change. Most of the things that happen in Nigeria that people just overlook. If it happened in some countries, not even in the Western world, even in some countries, in some African countries, it maybe it would have resulted to war, resulted to something else. But in Nigeria, things can just happen, it will just go.
Oh yes.
The next thing you begin to see, either they are playing tribal politics, or they are playing religious politics of religion, or they are playing politics of social persons related to this palace. You don't talk this to this palace, you don't talk this to this governor is Yoruba, this one is Igbo, this one is Hausa. You see, we are always carried away by things that are not supposed to, trivial things that are not supposed to even be problem to us at all. And we neglect the major thing. We always forget, when you go to market to buy things, nobody will ask you your religion, nobody will ask you your tribe, nobody will ask you anything. You go there, it is what they will say to you as a Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo, that's the same thing we're going to say to you as an Edo person. Nobody will ask you which palace are you from. Nobody, when you go to the hospital or you take your wife to the hospital, maybe for treatment or for childbirth or anything or other, you don't bring tribe, you don't bring religion, you don't bring all these things there. But when it has to do with national issues also discuss what will benefit us as a people. Anytime we have to talk about something that benefits us as a people, there's a way they come in to divide us. Look at ahead of this 2014, abi 2020 last presidential election, when you see
Mm.
majority of the youth were behind Peter Obi. What were we discussing about? National issues. Where you saw somebody coming out and telling Nigerians the truth, opening up everything. But you saw some set of people started playing tribal politics. You saw what happened in Lagos alone, where even people that are even Yorubas who decided to vote for a non-Yoruba, they were all attacked. You saw some were in blood, some were rushed to the hospitals, some were a lot of oppression, a lot of things, and a lot of these were done in the presence of security agents, and nothing was done. Nobody was arrested. Nothing happened to
Because they
anybody.
are under the influence of the ruling party. That is the problem. That is the same thing that we have been talking about here. That the security operatives in Nigeria, the police is under the federal government, and the INEC itself is being appointed by the federal government. And the laws in Nigeria are very weak. Otherwise, even in Western world, the same thing happened, that the courts is being appointed by the government. Still, they still try to separate themselves from the government. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. The laws are very weak in that country. So that's why you see that the court cases and everything is being influenced by the federal government, the ruling party.
I'll tell you this: it's not majorly about the politicians. I remember ahead of the 2015 presidential election, I worked under a political party. I was a party agent. When they shared money, I was bringing money around. I didn't collect the money.
A few
They gave
people
money
left.
to another person. This thing is about us as a people, not even the politicians. It was somebody very close to another person they gave the money. The person with money to share, though the person went away with the money. There are some things I didn't do. See, for politicians to be able to ring election, for them to be able to manipulate something, they need what? You and I, they need the people.
Yes, the people.
These politicians are not see, if you put
They
all
are
the politicians in
powerless.
Nigeria together,
They are powerless.
they are not even up to 5% of
Mm,
also these
mm,
politicians.
mm.
Let's ask ourselves a simple question. Even INEC officials, imagine where I work then, as we were rounding up everything, you can't in our presence. It is the people that will determine how they want to be led, not the politicians, until we as the people know that we are the one that hold the power, and we are the one to determine who to give it to lead us and not to rule us. That what we need is a leader and not a ruler. Until we have this mentality to know that this thing totally belongs to us, we are only giving it to somebody to serve us and not to come and be dictating for us and not to be able to rule over us. That is not kingship. A lot of these things won't change. If you go to a ward to say you want to do election, after everything, and we all agree, when they are through, they must send it immediately to their server. From their collation center, we're going to protect our vote to make sure we do everything to a level and things are there. Do you know these politicians will be handicapped? That they will be powerless. They can't do anything at all. For you to know how powerless they are, that's why what they always do is to empower the thugs among us. If you look around, you look the people even within our state or outside of the state, the people that the governors, president, and all of them always draw close to empower, to always empower, are the miscreants. Permit me, so sorry to say of me to you, are the illiterates, are the thugs, are the tout among us. They empower them because they know they can manipulate them, they can use them so that to create confusion, do all kind of devices, use them the whatever way they want to use them, because they know they can't use somebody like us. Because they know if you want, you call, how much are you going to give to me? You have your son who is in one place relaxing. You will now call me when I'm somebody's head son to come and use me to do nonsense for you. And the foolish thing is that these people that they are using, they can't allow any of them to marry their daughters or marry their sons or even come close to any member of their family that they truly love. That's to tell you that they are not you empowering all these thugs because they love them or because they like them. They are only empowering them to use them to their own self or their own selfish interests. And that's why if you look at what is going on in those states now concerning the sitting before, thank God it has been moved now to Abuja. Who are the people you see constituting nuisance around the court premises? Have you seen any educated person there? Let's be honest. Have you seen one sane person there? They are the people that we all know, that we've known for years within the states, that if you create a sane environment and create a society where things will work for everybody, these people will be useless because they don't have anywhere they can work. They didn't go to school. They don't have anything they can do. The only we have a long way to go as a people. And these things, this is the major reason why you see courtesy has not been able to end in our states. You understand me? This is the major reason why courtesy has not been able to end in our states. Somebody some years ago in the national TV said, and I quote, they use these politicians, this courtists, and all these talks to manipulate the election, steal ballot boxes, and do all that and all that and all that. The person that said this is a lawyer, and the person today is acting as a senior advocate in the state. I don't want to call the state. Some of us know. The person is a senior advocate today in the state. And that same person talked about how politicians use these courts to do a lot of things. You understand? So today, even he himself has been involved in it for years. And then you see why we have not been able to end this issue of courtesy within ourselves. And this is why the major reason why you see our youths are encouraged to go into courtesy. Because you know what? When you create a society that encourage the talks to become the high and mighty, taking over positions and doing a lot of things, the direct message you are sending to the younger generation is that for them to be valued or for them to even be considered for any position or for anything top within the state or within the country, they have to join, they have to belong, and they have to do a whole lot of this. And that's the problem. We have created a problem in our society where when you see good people, we have a way of neglecting the good ones among us. We have a way of encouraging the bad eggs among us, and we celebrate them. Just go around and see people considering nuisance now and see how boys hate them in Benin, and see how people celebrate. You see a young boy come out with something that you don't know even the source of his words. We celebrate them, we call them this, we do all that, we do this, we do that. It is well. We are not ready, and that's the reason why when I see them pray either in churches or in some place and say God will help Nigeria, I get angry. Sorry to say, I always get angry because God will not do for us what He already knows He has given us the power for us to do for ourselves. We can't keep electing tout into political offices and electing people that are not supposed to be there. When you see campaigns, when some people who cannot even speak for themselves, people who cannot even tell you what they are going to do. Some of them in Nigeria are attacking Trump today, President Trump today. Do you know almost everything Trump said during his campaign? They are what he is doing today. And it's not even up to a week in office. Almost everything he said, they are what he's doing today. But may ask Nigerians, during the presidential campaign, the president of today, what did he say he would do? That they heard from his mouth? Nothing. Ask people in our states, what did the president governor of Edo State said he would do? Nothing. See, because why? None of them really came out openly to campaign to tell the people that this is what they would do. The only thing that they did is to have some people speaking for them, telling this, telling that, telling this, telling that. And that's a problem. Because they knew from the beginning that they don't even need to tell us anything, that they will find their way into office. When they get into office, they'll do whatever thing they want to do. It is only in our country today that people vote for propositions without having anything to do with the people. without the people asking them questions, without engaging the people, without even saying, without even doing any main campaign. They just go there, insult themselves, pour out all kind of abuses and all that. Say this one was there, he didn't do this one was there, he didn't do this. They don't come out to really tell you what they want to do. They don't come out. So if you see most of our campaign in Nigeria, their campaign, you see that it's not really campaign. They call it campaign. Most times it's just there, they go there to insult each other. And that's why most times when I see some of them come out, I'm not surprised when I see Nigerian politicians do the things they do. I am not surprised. But somebody who has vision, when they come to you, they are only telling you what they do. They are not distracted. They are not moved by whatever is even happening beside them.
I just saw something that happened in Edo State. One something on the news. Look, we have problem in Edo State. Why are people so backward in that state? Eh? I will show you. I will tell you after this broadcast.
And we see the issue is this. We sometimes when I look at our states, I begin to wonder, and sometimes I want to cry, sometimes I'm pain, sometimes I just look
So
at some things
painful.
I don't even really know what to really go to, because it's getting worse every day and every day. If you see some of the things people say celebrate within the states, and some of the things that they're always happy about in the states, you cry.
We are not moving forward at all. Oh, Austin, I think we have to end this broadcast like this. Thank you all for watching. We'll come back on Sunday for a live broadcast with Onome. Onome is conducting, I think she's planning to host someone on Nebo TV. So on Sunday, we'll come back again. Austin, I said hello, Austin. Hello, Austin. I said we should end. I said we
See,
should end
for
this broadcast. What do you think? What else do you think we have to discuss? We are
you said
talking
you
about Aswa Igodalo case in courts and other political parties. So what would be the outcome of this court case? The people want to know, especially the PDP supporters. They want to know if Aswa Igodalo will win this court case. Modok Barolo has been sworn in as the governor of Edo State. So, do you think this can work for the PDP, that they will later remove Okpeworo from his position as the governor of Edo State, while Aswa Godaro will occupy the position? We have never seen anything like that in Nigeria. Is there any precedent for this type of a case?
no,
Have
it
you,
has happened before.
it happened
It has
before?
happened before. It
Okay,
happened in Edo State
okay.
under PDP.
Since we have a precedent.
Osumbo was the governor.
Mm,
Oshomole Osumbo was removed. Then it was AC. Oshomole became the governor. Osumbo was just about 18 months in office. And that's the reason why to today, when Edo State election, governorship election does
mm,
not always follow with some other with some other state. Because that 18 months of Osumbo, where he was removed, Osumole was brought in, Osumole came in and all that and all that. If they really go
mm,
without any presidential influence and they really want to do things and all that and all that, the PDP has a case and I see them winning, which for me, sincerely speaking, will be good for Edo people, because from what we've seen in just some couple of months with APC being in power, some of the things I've seen from some people, I'll tell you, I was
Why
sometimes
should
I
anybody
just shake
even
my
vote
head.
for APC? Why should somebody go to the poll and vote for APC? I still don't understand. Why should anybody be supporting APC?
And that's the mind of the people. That's to tell you that we are not really ready as a people. And these politicians know that we are not ready as a people. And that's the reason why somebody who stole yesterday, or an ex-convict of yesterday, knows that yes, because we are not ready, tomorrow you will come out and begin to tell me and you that He wants us to vote him, that you will serve us very well. If just imagine in a sane society, for such a person to even come out at all, to even talk before the people, he will be ashamed. But in Nigeria, what we do, we celebrate the 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 thieves amongst us. And that's why what you see today in Nigeria are people doing everything to steal, and steal, and find their way into power. Because they know that the only thing you need to get into power today in Nigeria is just for you to have steal enough money to buy the will of the people, and not for you to have vision, and not for you to have purpose, and not for you to have anything at all. The only thing you just need is money. Sometimes if you engage some of our politicians, you cry for Nigeria. If you sit one on one with some of our politicians and you hear them talk, you cry for Nigeria. Sincerely speaking, you cry for Nigeria. Because the truth is this: if you take money and this political power from a lot of them, take all the talks you see today and you say, let us create a sane society where things will be done the right way. I will tell you, over 99.9% of Nigerian politicians will be useless. If you hear them talk, if you see their authoritative nature, and that's why you see, even after stealing so much money, they can't even think of even to do anything with it apart from buying cars, carrying women, doing this and this, and going from one place to another. None of them has ever sat down to think of, let me use this money to create even business within my state. None of them, or within my country. That's to tell you that we elect people that doesn't have foresight into power. That when they steal is to go and buy a house in Canada, in US, in UK, in Europe, or different parts of the world, send their children there, do different things, do all this and do all that and do all that. It's finished. They don't think about, and that's why even when they leave positions, they are thinking of the next position again. And not thinking to even relax. No. They are thinking of the next things to do, because without that political power, they are useless. If you take political power from a lot of Nigerian politicians, just look at a lot of them. After some couple of years, they are in position. If you see them, they will be looking very wretched. When you see some of them, they will be looking very, 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 very wretched, because they don't have anything
They
at all to do.
cannot. They
They are
cannot
not even
manage
useful to
any
even
business.
themselves.
They cannot. That is why they want to stay in the government for a very long time, because they cannot manage any business. Without politics, these people cannot survive. So that is the thing. People who
A
are
lot of them are not
business
even useful to
minded,
even
people,
themselves.
people who are really business minded, don't want to be involved in politics because they want to deal with their businesses. You see these politicians, these lazy politicians who are not doing anything, you can see how dumb they are. They cannot even implement. They cannot take care of their constituencies. These are lazy politicians. Somebody
Look,
who
look,
has been in government, look at this lady now who's jumping from one political party to another because she cannot do another thing aside of the politics, because Nigerian politics is a kind of a lazy profession whereby you sit at home, be getting free money, right? Be getting free money. Go work, open an organization, manage your own organization. Our
why, why,
politicians
why,
are not doing
why I
anything
always
in
laugh?
Nigeria. They are not doing anything. It's just for them to sit down there doing nothing, and they get free money. They practice corruption. That's
Look at the former,
politics.
the former U.S. Vice President that just left office on Monday. I saw a video on Facebook where she went to the supermarket with her husband to shop. There was no security there. There
Kamala
was no
Harris.
crowd following her. There was nothing. This is former number 2 citizen in the whole of United States of America. No crowd. She was living peacefully, not fighting to get under nomination or to get this or to get that again. See why it is good to have business-minded people in power. Donald Trump took his oath of office on Monday, 20th of January. In less than a week, you could see how many billions of dollars of investment has already come into the US. Trump did not travel to Saudi Arabia, to China. He has not left US since he came to power. But money has been coming in from different countries into US to invest. Then compare that with visionless people, people without foresight, where you see our president, our governors going from one country to another. They are saying they are looking for investors. I need to ask myself, looking for investors, are you serious? Today is in Canada, tomorrow is in US, next tomorrow is in this,
Where
traveling
are
from one
the
place to
investors?
another.
The investors are not coming. There's no security. You know,
What
when
does
you
investors
didn't lay,
look for
when you
to
didn't lay
come to a
good
place?
foundation in your country, you want investors to come. You want to expose them to insecurity. Please, we
Some
need to
see
repair the
some months ago,
electricity. We still don't have steady electricity in Nigeria, and they want to attract investors to them. They are not coming. Nobody is coming to Nigeria to even Nigerians in diaspora are not ready to come and invest in Nigeria because we don't have security there. We don't have power. You know, infrastructure is not there for us. So who is coming there? I would have even loved personally to come and invest in Nigeria. For the past, the last time I visited Nigeria was in 2019. Could you believe that? I'm not impressed to come to that country. When you even see what is going on ground in those states, you see the craziness going on. You are not impressed to visit. You understand? When this new government came into power, I know some where many Edo citizens that called me saying that if these people that came into power, I would never visit Edo State until we have a new government that we trust. You understand? So APC taking over Edo State right now. For us in diaspora, we are scared to come to that country because even when Obaseki was there, Obaseki was a tough governor and he was able to get rid of those touts from the street. We were still afraid to come to Edo State, let alone that APC has taken over. APC is well known in Nigeria as the godfather of touts. So right now we don't have that security in Edo State that will motivate even the citizens to come and invest, let alone investors, foreigners. They are not coming. The first thing they do before you visit any country is to research on the security level of that place. Then you look at the infrastructure. Before you invest, at least you go and visit and see the environment and see everything, how things work in that country before you even think of, investing. I'm telling you, no investor is coming to Nigeria. They should forget it. Corruption is too much.
The reason why, that's why some months ago I saw a lot of people attack that Davido on social media when he talked about Nigeria today is very Nigeria today is not okay, nothing is working, the system. Some of them came after him. They say he was demarketing Nigeria,
Yeah.
and I was laughing. And I explained something to a friend. How do you demarket a nation when the children of the presidents are they are not living within the country. They did school in the country. They
Yeah.
are outside in another nation schooling.
Yeah.
When the children of these lawmakers, the ministers or the governors, they are outside of the country schooling, and these politicians have properties over there. What is that? Is that not the highest form of demarketing?
Come to
Have you
Canada.
ever?
I come and see the houses that many politicians in Nigeria are
That's the
coming here to
problem.
buy. Yes.
The president of Nigeria to today house, we have a house for the president in the UK. When they travel, they buy properties everywhere. Then you now ask yourself, how many politicians did you see from the UK, Europe, Canada, and all that has a property in Africa? Or how many politicians from the Canada that you see that has a property in UK, or even the Prime Minister of Canada?
Now we have to end this broadcast. Austin, I think Austin will come back anyway, but we have to end it. Thank you all for watching. We'll come back on Sunday with another broadcast. Forward to everybody joining the program. Please, if today is your first time of joining our program, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our page on Facebook, Nebo TV Canada. Please don't forget to subscribe. Austin, I think we have to end this program now. It's more than 1 hour. We have been here. Let's um let's end the program for now. All right. Austin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Your side is blank. It's blank. I think there's a kind of network problem from your side. Anyway,
No, you can hear me now. You can see me now.
I can see you. Let's end this broadcast. We can do it. We can even do it tomorrow evening if you are available. In the evening is good here. Because in Canada, what is the time now?
No, we can always meet in the evening like this. We'll
That's
meet,
it.
but
That's it.
let's for all of us who really want Edo State and Nigeria to be okay. Let's put sentiments and let's put tribalism and
Mm,
let's put religion and let's put all this. Let's put wickedness aside
mm,
and let's just be truthful to ourselves. If you cannot start if you are not honest with your own self, then whatever thing you are already saying you are wishing for Nigeria is no longer the best. Because the truth of the matter, we all know that the present state of the states, the present state of our country is not good at all. Even if it is my brother that is there, I have a lot of people in NAPC that are very close to me. But that will not stop me from saying things exactly the way it is because they are my brothers or because they are my sisters or because they are very, very close to me. It's good for us to always say because whether we like it or not, there is no secret to success. There's no secret to any development nation in the world. There's only a system, and the system is built up by the people, by laws and all that. So the system we have created in Nigeria, it is the reason why Nigeria is the way it is. And whatever we give to Nigeria, if it is the truth, if it's honesty, if it's true service, it will benefit us. If it's tribalism, if it's nepotism, if it's a lot of things that are of bitterness, hatred, and all that, we are also the first that will also receive and that will also benefit from it. So if we really want a better Nigeria, we have to start working for that Nigeria and stop all this kind of just collect money to vote
mm,
nonsense
mm,
or because this person is close to me is my party member. If you truly love humanity, you will hate evil. And if you hate evil, you will hate over 99.9% of Nigerian politicians because what a lot of them are doing or even their interest is not for a better Edo or for better Nigeria. It's just for their own interest and not for me and you. So let us sincerely hate a lot of all this nonsense that is going on, and let us be honest and begin to think about to build a better society, a better Edo, and a better Nigeria. It's all we are praying for, and we don't just wish. It's not enough to pray and wish. It's enough for us to put in the work and by doing the right thing.
mm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you so much. Yeah. The change starts from the citizens. That is what I've been saying on this program that, in order to reform the corruption in Nigeria, we have to start from our various homes, how we raise our children. You understand? So if we raise our children in a very corrupt environment, trust me, that child will grow up to be corrupt because, so yes, that's it. Thank you all for watching today, and we'll come back probably on Sunday, like what I said earlier. If today is your first time of joining our program, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook as well. All right. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys soon. Bye. Bye. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Austin, hold on.